with a rhythm like the waves and the beating of the heart. My yarn runs through my fingers day and night, and in between all the things that are called life. Just one more row, and one more, and one more. The soft and peaceful rhythm of the knitting provides opportunities to talk about life in general and knitting in particular. Through the work of our hands, our thoughts, feelings and dreams are manifested, and we make use of the valuable knowledge that has been passed down through generations. Knowing how to knit is like always carrying an invisible treasure. As we knit, we make the treasure visible. When sharing this treasure, it grows. Let's make the world softer and warmer together, stitch by stitch. A warm welcome to Sofia's Tales podcast. My name is Sofia Karlsson, and I am a knitwear designer, photographer, art historian, author, and pilgrim from Sweden, but I live in Norway. Scandinavian knitting traditions are close to my heart. I have been knitting since I was a child, and I haven't stopped since. You can find my patterns on RAVELRY and in my book that is currently only available in Swedish. On Patreon, I share additional and exclusive content for my patrons. You can find all the links below. Welcome. Let's start a new episode of this podcast. Hello and a warm welcome to Sofia's Tales podcast, episode number 18. I'm so glad that you are checking in. And today I'm going to tell you a bit about all the spring adventures that are coming up and the plans I have for this upcoming season. As you can see, I'm wearing my coming home cardigan in the blue tweed version that I showed you in the latest episode. I was talking a lot about my new design, the coming home cardigan, in the last episode. And I was showing you footage of this brown yellow cardigan that I've knitted for me and that I have been wearing a lot, and all the embroideries on the back and the front of the yoke. And I also showed you this green one that I have knitted for my daughter and that I also have some footage of. And the green one is the one that is shown in the pattern that is available on RAVELRY, the coming home cardigan. And if you're interested in this cardigan, there is more information in episode 17 and also in a small special video here on my YouTube channel that I only call Coming Home Cardigan, where I also give some inspiration around the embroidery and what stitches I've used to make those flowers. But I was also telling you in the last episode that I was working on doing some other embroidery motifs on this blue tweed cardigan, and I have been making some small robins. And I really love how they turned out. And I have shared the pattern for the robins with my patrons. So I have given some instructions about how I made them, and also a small sketch for the bird and how to make it larger or smaller. So I love this blue version as well as the other ones, and I don't know if I'm going to knit some more. I think so, but I don't know what color yet, because I've been knitting on so many other things since I last published an episode, and I want to show you some of those things. I am on my way to the Swiss Yarn Festival, like I also was last year. And so will be the second time that I will be teaching at the Swiss Yarn Festival. And I'm really looking forward to this. I enjoyed it so much last year, meeting all the new friends and meeting all the knitters and spending time at this lovely festival that I appreciated very much to be invited there. And so I'm really proud and happy to be coming back this year, and I will be teaching the Latvian braid and also color work and the ladder back jacquard technique. And I'm packing and preparing everything for this festival, and I have printed some postcards with my design on, and I am really looking forward to this trip. On the back side of these postcards it says, "Once we have learned to knit, we carry an invisible treasure that no one can take away from us, and when we knit, we make that treasure visible." And to teach the Latvian braid, I have designed a new pattern that will be included in the workshop for those attending to my workshop at the Swiss Yarn Festival. I have also tried it out on a retreat here in Sweden in January, and I call this new pattern the gift mittens. And they come in two sizes, one larger and one smaller, which I would kind of call maybe a woman and man, or lady and gentleman if you want to. But I mean, there are ladies having larger hands and men having smaller hands as well, so I call them 1 and 2. But this is much too big on me, and this is perfect for me. This brown one is actually my husband's mittens. This pattern started out this autumn when I was preparing for both Swiss Yarn Festival and this retreat I was teaching at in Sweden in January. And I thought it would be a good pattern for beginners as well as for more advanced knitters, because it's a repetitive pattern, not very long floats, and it's easy to remember the short repeats of the pattern. And it's a worsted weight yarn. I have used Letlopi in these samples, but of course there are other worsted weight woolen yarns you can use. And I wanted to knit a pair of mittens for my son when he had his birthday this last autumn. And I was checking for patterns, but I couldn't find one that I loved and that met all my wishes for the mittens I wanted to knit for my son. So I was thinking of an old pattern I made that I have called the Visby mittens, but I haven't updated my oldest patterns. I have changed both my name and the name of my company, and so much has happened in my life, so I'm slowly doing that, but it takes some time to update everything. But I wanted to make a new pattern but I was kind of inspired by my own pattern, the Visby pattern as well, with these corrugated rib and the Latvian braids and the short pattern repeat and the traditional Scandinavian mitten design with a pointed top and a thumb gusset for a good fit, and different patterns on the inside and outside of the mitten. So I made them for my son, and then I started to grade them for these patterns for 2 adult sizes. But then I also wanted to make a children's size, or several children's sizes. So because I wanted them to be called the family mitten. So that was my intention, but I haven't managed to accomplish that yet. But my plan is to grade them for children, and I'll be back about that maybe next autumn or winter. But for now they are in 2 adult sizes, and I also have them in 2 versions. You can, if you think it's too difficult with the Latvian braid and the corrugated rib, you can make just an ordinary 1x1 rib, and that also makes a very good fit. So I now call them the gift mittens because they are perfect for gifts. I think hand knitted mittens are such a wonderful gifts to give and to receive, because there's so much effort, love, time put into every stitch when you knit something, as I guess you all know. So I call them the gift mittens because I think it's beautiful that we can gift each other some knitted garments to keep each other warm. So I'm going to release this pattern after my workshop in Switzerland. So it's coming out on Ravelry really soon because it's already finished, but I want it to be special for the people coming to my workshop at the Swiss Yarn Festival. So what else have I been knitting? Well, I think it's good to have a project in my bag when I'm going out to meet friends, or when I have my knitting with me, so I can sit at a cafe and knit perhaps, or chat with someone and knit at the same time. And then I don't want it to be too complicated because I don't want to count much and so on. So mostly I knit socks when I'm out like that. I call it my social knitting project. I always keep a bag ready if a friend asks me to come and knit with them or something. And this winter I have also, as a social knitting project, I have been knitting my own pattern that is published in my book that is only in Swedish, but I am soon to release this pattern on Ravelry as well. It's a scarf that I called mossa in Swedish, which means moss. So I guess I'm calling it the moss scarf in English as well. But it has a really neat border and some garter stitch at the edges, and then it's a moss stitch in the middle, and you can make it as long or short or wide or narrow as you wish. And it's a very good pattern for social knitting. So I have been making one in light blue and one in a darker tweed blue and one in a lovely green color. And for all three I have been using 2 strands of yarn, one with a mohair silk yarn and then a woolen yarn to go with it. And yes, I love these small scarves, and I'm looking forward to publish this pattern on Ravelry as well really soon. So I'm going to work on that when I come home from Switzerland. And I showed you in the latest episode this lovely Ella Gordon pattern, a vest that I knitted between Christmas and Epiphany. And it's a vest. She has used different colors, but I kind of fell in love with these colors when I knitted a pair of my pattern, the Tradition mittens, this winter. So I made this vest, and I still love the colors, but I have had troubles on what to wear with this. So I've been trying out all kinds of different color combinations and outfits, and nothing has looked very good together with these colors. But now I've found something, and I'm going to show you a bit later in this episode. So I'm looking forward to be able to wear this beautiful vest this upcoming spring. And as I have already told you, I'm so fortunate, so I'm going to Scotland in April on a knitting trip, together with my friend Sarah from Root of the Tree and Nicole, a gentle knitter. We are going to the Woolly Good Gathering in Edinburgh, and it's going to be so lovely to come back to Edinburgh. Sarah and I have been there together before, but it's a long time now, and it's going to be lovely to come back to this beautiful town of Edinburgh. And we're also traveling in Scotland and exploring some other lovely places that I'm going to tell you more about when the time comes. And of course I'm bringing my camera and recording some things for the podcast. And after I had knitted that vest, I found another pattern of a vest that is also not my pattern. This is Marianne Stevens, a designer I had missed her before, but this beautiful vest just showed up somehow. I don't remember where, I guess on Instagram, and I just fell in love with the pattern. And so this was like a whim when I casted this vest on, because I had all the colors at home in my treasure chest of leftover yarns. I mean, you don't need so much from each color, so I had to go and buy another one of the background color, but otherwise I had the colors at home. So I just started it on a whim, and I couldn't stop. I just love colorwork knitting, and it's so relaxing sometimes to knit from another designer's pattern. I've been so tired this winter. I guess it's been extremely dark here. It's been a dark winter, so it's not been very much sun, but also in our apartment, this was the first winter that we were living here. We love this apartment, but it's been too dark because the sun don't reach over the rooftops. So even on the few sunny days, the sun don't shine through our windows. So it's been so dark. And I have needed some more rest than usual. And I have really enjoyed knitting from other designers' patterns. So this vest will hopefully be finished soon, and yeah, I hope I can wear it when I go to Scotland. I don't know if I will be able to finish it before Switzerland, we'll see. But I really love it. It's called the Poppy Vest, and yes, it's a very lovely project I'm working on. So these were the things I wanted to show you that I've been working on since last time, and now I am going to tell you something else that I'm really looking forward to. Here comes a reminder of the Swedish retreat I will be teaching at in June. Varmt välkommen på stickretreat i Småland första veckan i juni. Det finns några platser kvar på årets härligaste vecka som vi kallar Där Marta får vara Maria. Temat i år är att finna vila vid Jesu fötter i handarbetets lovsång. All information för anmälan finns hos emilorosa.se. Tomorrow I'm going on a day trip with my friend Caroline here in Oslo, and we have read these books, Systerklockorna, The Bell in the Lake, it's called in English. It's a Norwegian author, Lars Mytting, and I told you about this book in my last episode. I have been spellbound by this story. It's a wonderful, wonderful book. And I have enjoyed reading it in Norwegian to exercise my Norwegian skills. I mean, I'm from Sweden, and Swedish and Norwegian are very similar languages, and we understand each other, so we can talk to each other in our own languages, which is pretty fantastic. But there are some differences, and I was a bit worried, how is it going to work to read a book in Norwegian? But it was a really good experience, and I've actually read some other books before because we've been living here for a year now, and one way of kind of getting into this new country is to engage in the language and things happening here. So I have been reading books, I've been listening to podcasts, and of course meeting people speaking Norwegian. But it's also interesting to learn about Norwegian history, because even if our countries are neighbors, it feels like I haven't learned so much about Norwegian history in school, which is pretty sad. I hope kids do nowadays, but now I'm learning more and more, and it's so interesting. But this is a novel, and it's a trilogy. So the first book is called Systerklokkorna, which means the sister bells in English, but the English translated book is called The Bell in the Lake. If you haven't read it yet, I strongly recommend it. And the second book is called Häckneväven, and right now I don't remember, The Reindeer Hunters, perhaps it's called in English, but it's called Häckneväven in Norwegian, and it's about a tapestry that two sisters were weaving in the 17th century. That is like a prequel to the story that's taken place in these novels, or a parallel story. And tomorrow I am, so you see I'm working on this book now. I guess I won't finish it until tomorrow, but I'm definitely going to read a bit tonight. Because tomorrow, me and my friend Caroline, we are going on a train ride for a day trip to a place called Maihaugen, which is a museum where there is this day tomorrow about Häckneväven, about this tapestry behind the novels. And so Lars Mytting, the author, is coming there, and he's going to talk about his books, I guess, and the stories behind the book. And people from the museum are also having talks about these tapestries, and we will see an exhibition with old tapestries at this museum, and there will also be some music and beautiful old buildings and things to enjoy, and I guess a lot of lovely people as well. So I'm really looking forward to this. We're also getting to sing some old hymns that were sung in these old stave churches in that the book is telling stories about. So it's going to be an adventure this day, and I will definitely bring my camera and my film camera and shoot some things for you as well. So I hope to be able to edit it in this episode before I go, but we'll see what happens. I will definitely bring my camera anyway. So we'll see when I can show it to you. We got away on our day trip to the opening of a new exhibition with woven tapestries at Maihaugen in Lillehammer yesterday. It was also a full seminar day with lots of interesting talks about old textiles and storytelling. Exactly my kind of day. The train ride was 2.5 hours, and we had plenty of time to knit and enjoy our breakfast on the train. Hunting the Häckne weave invites us to explore a distinctive tapestry weaving tradition with roots dating back to the 17th century, when Nordgudbrandsdalen became a central area for what is often referred to as Flemish weaving. Skilled women weavers created vividly colored tapestries in linen and wool, using a technique believed to have originated in Flanders, hence the name Flemish weaving. The tapestries often show scenes from biblical stories and chivalric ballads. They were placed on beds, hung on walls as decoration during celebrations and festive occasions, and used to bring stories to life and pass them on through generations. Was the legendary Häckne tapestry ever found, or does it still lie hidden somewhere in Gudbrandsdalen? This exhibition at Maihaugen brings forth both the tapestries and the stories of the legendary weavers who created them. After reading Lars Mytting's books The Bell in the Lake and The Reindeer Hunters, this became even more interesting than before. He is really an amazing storyteller. Lars Mytting was also invited to this seminar, and we listened to his inspiring talk. After a full day indoors, Caroline and I went on a walk through the outdoor museum before we took the train back home to Oslo. I have made a film about our day for my patrons at patreon.com/Sofia's Tales, where I also tell you a bit about the story behind the Häckne sisters. Take care and continue to knit. Let's make the world warmer and softer together, stitch by stitch. And remember, the light shines in the darkness, but the darkness has not overcome it. Thank you for watching, and a warm welcome back. If you want more inspiration and content, behind the scenes footage and special offers, you are most welcome to support my creative work on patreon.com/Sofia's Tales. Here you'll find behind the scenes snippets from my travels and my home. I share recipes, tutorials, reflections and pictures. My patterns are available on Ravelry from a link below. You can also find me on Instagram as Sofia's Tales and on Facebook as Sofia's Tales, as well as in the Facebook group Sofia's Tales Knit Along, where we knit my patterns and help and inspire each other. Thank you so much for watching, and a warm welcome back to my channel.
My